Okay, we're back with tutorial number 2, creating a call sheet. In tutorial number 1, we already went over what everything in the dashboard does. So just refer back to number 1 if you forgot or need a update. So to create a call sheet, we're going to hit New in the upper right hand corner here. We just hit New, and that gives us a whole new canvas to start working from. And the first thing I want to do is probably create my template for my company. And I'm going to name this always template. Okay. And in this case, I probably don't need to really change the date, although I will. I'll just make it down to the 31st just to show you how that works. And I'll set my call time to most of my call times start around 8 a.m. So I'll set that to 8 a.m. and I will hit save. Okay. The other thing I want to do is put my company name in here because all my call sheets will have my production company name. Now you can fill this in manually, but you can also fill it in from Doddle, our directory, from favorites if you started favorites with us, recents, or your contacts. You can pull your contacts from a Gmail account just by hitting, and I'll show you real quick. You'll hit this and it'll ask for your email and your password to your Gmail account, and it'll pull your contacts in. That takes a little bit. That's a Gmail thing or a Google thing, but it does work very well. So I'm going to hit cancel, and I'm going to pull from the Doddle directory just to show you how, if someone is in the Doddle directory, how easy this will be to find it. So I know my company 33478 is a vendor. The 33478 was the zip code. I'm going to scroll down to production companies. This is our directory, and remember we have tutorials on directories as well. But I'm going to go down to production companies. I do a lot of commercials, so I know I'm in there. One, I own the banner up here. These are other companies that also are in this category near me. But I hit Always Entertainment. And you now notice, now this is not only my listing, but it actually allows me to add the call sheet down here. It says add me. I can add the favorites or I can add the call sheet. I'm going to add the call sheet. And then you notice all my information just gets sucked right into the data fields. If I want to finish filling out anything else, I can. If not, I can say save. I am going to save it. So now, once you save, you'll see in the middle column, there's my information. I know it's saved. But I also want to add a logo. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to pull up an image real fast. It's not really my logo, but it's the doddleD logo. Here, I'll pull this up. And I'll just say save. And there I go. I added the Doddle logo. Okay? So now I have the call sheet details. I have my production company. Now, if anything else I feel is always going to be in my call sheets, this is the time to enter it, because I don't want to have to keep recreating the same thing over and over and over. I just want a template that has those things. But mostly that's it. So I'm going to say done for now. I'm done with this call sheet. And again, I only added 2 things. I added name of the template and I added my production company. Now if I go to my PDF, just to look at my PDF, which you can view right away, this builds on the fly, notice it just starts building my call sheet automatically. So here's my logo, here's my production company information, and now this will be the starting point for everything else I do in every shoot. Now you might want to make template for clients, because certain clients you may use certain people and certain information, so you might have your company A template, your company B template. That's a great strategy to use during all this. To have those templates, because then once the template's set up, your work is going to be so much easier every time you do a shoot for that person. So now my template is actually complete, and now I can start making real call sheets if that's what I want to do. Now I can re-edit this template, or I will go to call sheets, which is you hit the call sheet tabs, which bring up my list, and you'll see the always template here on my list, and I'm going to copy that. By copying the template now, I preserve that template, and now I have a copy of, and that's the one I will go edit. So I hit the little pencil here for editing. Okay, and I don't even need to keep this title now. Now I'm just going to say Client A Day 1. And my day of my shoot is going to be, oh, let's see, we'll put April 2nd. We'll say 8 o'clock's the call time, and I'll say save. The beauty of putting day 1, and I can even change this a little bit better. I could put day, little hyphen there, and day 1. Now the beauty of actually doing that day 1 is when I go back into day 2, I can just copy this call sheet. But if you want to copy call sheets for multiple days, I would finish your day 1 first, so it's as complete as possible. Then when you copy, you only have to change the absolute necessary things that change. So again, I go back in. If you notice, I'll go back into production company. Well, it's already there. So now I just got to put in my client. So I'll add the client's name. And again, you can pull data from Doddle, from favorites, from recents, from contacts, or just manually put it in. We're going to put in, okay, we're going to call it company A. We're going to call this Joe Bloomer. There's my client's name. And we hit add. So now company A is there. However, I have that 7 in there, which I don't like. So I go back and I hit that. Now you can add more parts of the client. There might be 4 or 5 people from your client. So you can add that as well. You can say, okay, company A, and this is Sarah Smith. And I'm the world's worst typer, so there you go. These are all the sections that you would fill out for a call sheet. Your details, your production company, the clients, schedule, talent, locations, your personnel and crew, the vendors you use, and even radio channels. And in the future, we're going to add more things as we know they need to be added. In the future, we're going to add a travel section. However, you can add travel now by just adding notes to any of these individual, either the crew or the vendors, or you can just make general notes. If you go back to call sheet details, notice you can put general notes for everybody. So you can make a note, you click on that, and you click add a note, and you can say transportation. You can now start putting in your flight details. So, details. And those notes will be shown to everybody. All right, we're going to skip schedule for now. We're going to skip talent. We're going to go to locations. And we're going to add a location. I'm going to also add from Doddle again, just to make my life easier. And I'm going to say we're going to be shooting at a hotel. And that hotel we happen to have in our database. And I'll hit the breakers in Palm Beach. Okay, and I'm going to add the call sheet. And there you go. There's all the information for the breakers that we have, and that automatically fills in. If you have more information, you can certainly add that. So we just say add plus. And if you have a second location, you can do the same. Okay, let's say we're doing, this is a big thing on hotels we're doing. So I'm going to go back to, I'm going to go to boutiques. We got a boutique hotel in there, and we're going to go to the wonderful townhouse in Miami as well to do part of our shoot. And notice all their information just comes completely brought into our form. And we say add plus. Here's your hotels right in the middle column. And if you hit the breakers, you'll notice you can add other things. You can add notes just about that location. You can add images, and you can add resources, emergency resources. When we say emergency, you click on emergency resources. It now comes up where you can add a hospital or police. So let's click on the hospital. And you're going to notice it gives you hospitals near that location. So we're going to click on the nearest one. We're going to say use this location. Now all that information gets sucked right in. And make sure you hit save. Okay, and when you see it in the middle column, you know it's saved. I'm going to go to the police, and they're all jumbled right next to it, so I'm going to blow it up a little more, this map, so I can see, okay, this is definitely the closest police station to our location. I'm going to say use that. Again, here's the information that we have on it that gets sucked into the call sheet, and we say save. And now that information is there. If you want to add an image to the location, You just click on images, upload image, and I'm going to choose this location image. And there's a picture. I can even rename it. Scene 2, shoot exterior. And hit save. And now that actually changes the name of that photo. And I can add as many photos I want to add for this scene if I wanted to. Okay. If I want a note, I would add the note here as well. I just hit add plus and the note would come up. Okay, this is the end of tutorial 2 part A. Look for tutorial 2 part B to finish making a call sheet.